Hello there, it's Corey Michael Sanchez here. I'm one of the founders of Mojoglobal, and I've got an amazing story here. We've got a veteran of the printing and packaging arena, 28 years in the business. Been doing this a long time. Got started with Mojo around Christmas time. Got started with it after the new year, and had amazing results very quickly. Got responses on the weekend on a Sunday night. Who expects to get results like that, right? So I've got Sean. I know I'm gonna do this wrong. McElveney, right? I believe I know we were practicing before. Hey, I got it right. Okay, great. Sean McElveney, and he's with Oliver Printing and Packaging. So veteran of that arena for 28 years. So Sean, thanks for jumping on to do this case study with us.
Hi, Corey. My pleasure.
So tell us a little bit about, you got an amazing results really fast. Tell us about that really quickly.
So like you said, I signed up for Mojo the end of the year, Christmas time, during the holiday break, and started using the rapid results message the Sunday after the new year. Just sitting there Sunday night and getting ready for the week. Started with those messages, sent out the first 100. I was surprised. I got 4 replies within the first hour, and actually I got 5 appointments set up that night through the Calendly link. That was a great part of that message and really vital to having that included. But to move on from that, so out of those 100 messages, I had 22 appointments set up for that following week.
Boom, 22 appointments. That's freaking awesome. When was the last time you had 22 appointments booked in your, where people signed up for that in the matter of a week? A couple days, really.
I don't think ever. For the most part, if you were targeting 22 appointments, it'd probably take you a good 2 days to get everyone signed up and coordinated and said no and all the back and forth. But, through the rapid results and including that Calendly link, they just went right to my calendar, saw what was open, and booked a time.
That's exciting. Very cool. So now you closed the deal. You closed a couple deals coming out of this. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So it was really nice. First deal, which actually just delivered last week, was a $12,000 deal, which in my business, that's, a pretty good sized job nowadays. But, I reached out, I got a response back, had a meeting set up, and, timing was just right. I closed the deal, and there's a good amount of potential business for the rest of the year.
Love it. Nice, nice, nice. And since then, you've closed a couple more deals, or you're about to.
So there's another deal just about to close now, about 10 grand. Again, it was something I was working on for, a client I was working on for a few years that just wasn't really interested. But, I hit him up with this rapid response and, a few other messages here and there. And he booked right into the calendar. And now he's my number one referral. He's pushing for me in a couple different other accounts, and it's just a nice success story.
That's awesome. Now, one of the things I want you to highlight is the fact that people are booking into your calendar, which people are used to doing things the old school way, right? Where you actually have to work pretty hard to get your appointments. And,
yes.
Right. So what was it like kind of experiencing that for the first time, where people literally booked themselves into your calendar?
Oh, it was awesome. Great. I mean, tough to put into words. Like I said, that first night I had 4 immediate responses on a Sunday night. But if you heard it, I had 5 calendar bookings already. Because one person just booked in, they didn't reply, they just booked in and set an appointment, and there it was. I got the notification. So-and-so is booked for, 11 a.m. on Tuesday.
Love it. And let me ask you this. So printing, right, that whole arena, it's a little bit old school. How are you doing your prospecting up until Mojo?
I was using LinkedIn quite a bit, but not as in depth or with the, I guess, the powerfulness that Mojo brings to the whole equation. And, the biggest thing is the time saver, having the automation, using the gold rush. Had I done that, the old-fashioned way, I probably could have been sitting there for 3 or 3.5 hours on a Sunday, just typing away, picking this person, picking that person. But having that automation is much, much easier.
Awesome. Now,
LinkedIn is still, it's a gold mine of people to reach out to and prospects.
Love it. And now you know how to use it. It's like an asset you have, right? Like now you understand it more. It's something you can use forever into your business, right? As long as
Yes.
LinkedIn's around.
Yep.
Very cool. So now, okay, over the next 6 to 12 months, what are you aiming for? What are you looking for? What's the potential for you now that you understand how LinkedIn works?
Oh, I go target some big fish.
Okay.
Bring in those big customers that I might have been chasing, but didn't really have the gusto to go out and find all the right people. This way I could probably target multiple people at the same company, and just hey, have you heard about Sean? Have you talked to Sean? So I think that could be very, very powerful to grow business.
Love it. Right on. Well, thanks for jumping on, telling your story. So Sean McElveney, and he closed one deal for $12K, got how many? 22 replies in a couple of days, 14 meetings booked. They book right into his calendar, working on another deal for $10K. So those are great results by any means. So Sean, thanks for sharing.
Sure thing, Corey. Thank you.
And before we wrap this up, any words of advice for those that are looking at LinkedIn, looking at getting started, kind of like on the fence? What would you say to them?
I'd jump in, set up your profile, talk to Corey, have him work it over, and it's a gold mine. What'd you say what's every deal, every connection worth, Corey? 53.
Oh, yeah, $58.20. Yep. So right on, Sean. Well, thank you so much for jumping on. So that's Sean. For those of you that are interested in getting more results, right? You're doing things old school. One of the things Sean said before is that most of his he's got 5 big customers, and he relies on those customers. But if he were to lose one, that'd kind of be like an SHIT moment. So it's always important to make sure that you've got some prospecting in the wings, right? Where you've got new customers coming in. So that way you're not really dependent on any one customer for your business, because we've all been in those situations and it's kind of a precarious thing. I like to sleep at night really well. And when you're reliant upon just a few customers, and the potential to lose one would impact you tremendously. Always be looking to the future to have deals in the wings to make sure that you've got enough customers. So if you lose one, it doesn't really impact your business. But there you guys have it. Thanks so much. Hit us up if you need any help with LinkedIn. I'm Corey Michael Sanchez. We'll see you in the program.